Hi guys, it's Melissa from Nature's Garden. Today we are going to make Easter Bunny Tail soap using our Seaside Cotton Fragrance Oil. Let's whip it up! Okay, so today we're going to make a really fun project just in time for Easter. We are making Easter Bunny Tail soap, and we're going to put them in a jar that is going to be decorated like an Easter bunny. This is a really fun project to make for your kids for bath time. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing we are going to do, and I already have it weighed out, we are going to weigh out 175 grams of the whipped soap base. In addition, we have 175 grams of the Shea Butter Melt and Pour soap. We also have our vegetable glycerin. We have the Seaside Cotton Fragrance Oil. And why Seaside Cotton? Of course, I thought Peter Cottontail, so what better than Seaside Cotton? So, the next thing you're going to need are the items to decorate your jars. So, using foam paper, we have cut little bunny ears, and we need 4 sets of these. This recipe is going to make 4 jars. In addition, we used a glitter foam paper to cut these, and they're just little inserts for the ears, so you want to cut them slightly smaller than the ears of the bunny, so they'll go right inside. Next, we are using little pink balls. We're going to use these for the nose. You can choose the size that you'd like. You can do bigger or you can do a larger size. Totally up to you. Next, we have fake eyelashes, and we have just a couple sets. I have found, depending on the size of eyes that you use, 1 eyelash will give you about 3 sets for this recipe, or 3 eyelashes for this recipe. And of course, the 8-ounce PET jars. These are clear jars so you can see right through them. In addition, you'll need your mixing spoon. You'll need a hand mixer. And you'll also need these pipe cleaners. We will use these as the whiskers for the bunny. And then we have googly eyes as well. The size is totally up to you. Depending on the size of your eye, that will determine the size of your eyelashes as well. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to use the hand mixer to mix the whipped soap base until it is in a nice fluffy whipped cream consistency. And now that we have that nice and fluffy, we'll go ahead and add in our Seaside Cotton Fragrance Oil. And we're going to add in the vegetable glycerin as well. I actually like to give it a little bit of a mix before I go back in with the hand mixer. That prevents it from splashing or anything like that. All right, and let's just whip it one more time. All right, and now that we have everything whipped together, we're going to go ahead and come to our melt and pour soap. Once again, 175 grams. We are going to take this to the microwave and melt it in 30-second intervals, just until it's in a fluid state. Another option would be to use a double boiler to melt the soap, so totally up to you. Let me go ahead and get this melted. Okay, so now that we have our melt and pour soap melted, we are going to go ahead and add it right to the bowl containing our whipped soap base. And what the melt and pour soap will do is it will allow our Easter bunny tails to harden so that they'll be perfect for going into a jar. We left it with just the soap base. It would still work, but it's going to be a softer soap, and it'll stick together when you put it in the jar. Okay, so we are looking for a really nice whipped cream type consistency or a whipped frosting. There's a couple of different ways that you can do this. We're simply going to be scooping the whipped soap out and setting it on our mat to set up. If you would like to use a spoon, you can use a half a tablespoon and that'll give you the perfect size. Or you can do it by hand, which we actually preferred the look. So here's what it looks like when you scoop it out using a measuring spoon. We actually preferred the look of a more cottony tail, if you will, with a little more character to it. Totally up to you, whichever way you want to go. I'll show you both ways. So, let me go ahead and set this aside. I'm just going to let it set up for just another minute. As you can see, when we do it with the measuring spoon, it is going to be a little bit smoother. But if you want to get more of that fluffy type consistency, you actually can measure it out with your measuring spoon just to keep the size consistent. And then you can just simply roll it in your hands to form that ball. And we kind of liked the way that it looked a little, it had a little more fluff to it.
Yeah, it's steady and slow motion.
All right, so once you have used all of your whipped soap to create little bunny tails, you are going to be ready to add them to the jars. So what we're going to do, I've already created some and allowed them to set up. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the next steps while these are setting up. So let me just get these out of the way and do a little cleanup and I will be right back. Okay, so now we are ready to fill our jars. I like to fill the jars first for one reason. We are creating a jar that has bunny ears on it, and honestly, I like to have the jar filled and the lid on when I'm creating them. It just makes it a little bit easier. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill the jars first, and then we'll get to decorating. All right, and now we'll just put a lid on each jar. All right, now we're ready to decorate. So the first thing we did was we cut out the bunny ears, and once again, we did this on a foam paper that you would get in the craft section of any of your stores. We did a bar across the bottom and put the bunny ears there, and what that allows us to do is we'll put the glue across the bar, and then we'll attach them to the top and fold them back. Now, before we attach our bunny ears, we need to go ahead and add the little pink inserts. So we'll go ahead and use a hot glue gun to attach the pink inserts. They're kind of like a surfboard type shape with a flat bottom. And they just go right inside these bunny ears. So we'll just use a little hot glue on the back of one of our ears. And just press that right into place. And then we'll repeat that with our next one. And as you can see, we just have a set of ears with little pink inserts. So let's go ahead and create the remaining. All right, so now we have our ears created. We'll go ahead and create the whiskers. So we are using these little silver pipe cleaners. And you just want to cut a few inches. I'm using a total of 4, so I'll cut this into sections that are about maybe 3 inches long. All right, so now we're just going to take 4 of the little sections and we're just going to twist. And then we'll separate them. All right, and next we come to the googly eyes. I chose 2 that are a little bit smaller just because of the size of the jar. So I did some that chose 2 different sizes. And I think I will use the bigger of the 2 to add to the jars. And once again, we're just using a hot glue gun to adhere these. All right, and next we are ready to adhere the whiskers. I'm putting the nose right in the center of the whiskers. All right, and the last thing we will add before the ears is going to be the eyelashes. So all I'm going to do is line the eyelashes up with the eyes. And then I'll get a size and then I'll kind of trim them to the size that I want for the eyes. Right, and finally we are ready to add our ears. All right. And then all we're going to do is we're going to set something on top of this so that they'll lay a little straighter up. Maybe for like a half an hour, we'll put something a little heavier on top so that it will pop up and stay in place like this. But other than that, our Easter Bunny Tails soap is all finished. We hope that you've had so much fun making these Easter Bunny soaps. For even more fragrance fun ideas, make sure you check out our website at www.naturesgardencandles.com. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you like the video. Until next time, we will see you later. Bye, guys.